But we're not talking about that. We're talking about this. So, it's the shade room. This post says Sony teams up or has teamed up with Honda to create a new electric vehicle and demos. And the demo started off with the car being brought on stage with PS5 controller. What would y'all call it? Question mark. So yeah, interestingly enough, we'll just kind of let the video play for itself. But yeah, Sony. So we all had a PlayStation or these days everybody had a PS5. But and we've all played some type of racing game, whether it's your Need for Speeds, your Burnouts. Um, I particularly love Need for Speed Rivals for the PSP back in the day. But could you imagine actually driving with a literal controller? Let's look at this quick little demo.
I will using this. This is a PlayStation controller, DualSense. Using this controller, I'd like to show you an aspect of the software-defined vehicle.
This music is fire.
It is.
Hopefully, it's not copyrighted. It's the bigger part. And there you have it. Like you said, like the brother said, he literally was able to bring that car with the controller. And obviously, in this day and age, we're kind of moving towards like self-driving cars. It's all type of self-assist where you don't even have to really have your hand on the physical wheel. Driving with a controller doesn't seem like so crazy, but just something light to start off with in the technology sector. What do y'all make of this? Would y'all be would y'all think it's cool or think it's strange to live in a world in which you could be driving a whip with a controller? I guess it would be more so from like a outside perspective. Because I don't know if it would make sense to be driving in a vehicle with a controller. I don't know if that's going to give you more control than the actual wheel. But what do y'all make? What do y'all think about that? Start with you, Ace.
I mean, I can't imagine driving driving the vehicle outside the vehicle in general. I don't know how he did it and didn't get screwed up with left and right being in front of the vehicle like this. I don't understand why you would do that. Um,
Yeah, you
unless you
probably obviously have to be obviously looking at it from like a minor perspective, like a third, like a,
Yeah,
actually no, you could do first person.
yeah. You'd have to do first person. Uh, yeah. Well, I guess you wouldn't have to, but I don't see how they would set up third person. Um, yeah, I don't understand what the point would be to have the ability to drive the vehicle from outside. I was thinking,
You never just wanted to go to the corner store real quick, but you don't feel like going.
Man,
oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes more sense. Except the vehicle, like, how would the vehicle get the food or the groceries or the items?
I mean, it'd be like the reverse DoorDash. It's just like instead of them bringing it to you, you bring your vehicle to it, and then you just have them put it in the car, and then you drive back home. Literally.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I can see the convenience of that. Yeah, if that's the proposal, yeah, I don't see the issue. Maybe I would do it. Um, yeah, with the controller, that's
You
fine.
think you think you have enough driving experience to drive a real car with a controller?
I do, I don't think it would be an issue.
Fair enough. I wonder how that would work with speeding. What are the speeding laws if you're driving from how many around the world? Do you still get the speeding ticket? Anyway,
Yeah, they have to make sure they specify the controller of the vehicle, whether they're there or remote, maybe.
Damn. What if your controller battery starts to die out?
Oh my
Yeah, or
goodness.
the trigger gets stuck.
Or if you get
Uh,
pissed and you roll rage and you slam the controller.
Jesus, sure. Getting road rage from while driving the car from your room is crazy.
That's a good point
It's like
because
it's like a video game, except it's real life instead.
yeah, that's a good point because I part of the incentive for not getting getting into accidents is that you would get hurt. So
Oh shoot. Yeah, people will be roll raging and then say, F you, I don't care about this car. And
right,
just yo.
No, surely you
that
still have to
that
care
was
about the car. Ah,
and in the
jeez.
moment you're not even thinking about that. You're just thinking, how can you get back at this person?
yep.
There definitely
Man,
be people
that's
throwing
crazy.
the controls, like you said. But I guess aside from the road rage aspect, what do you think about this, Ghost? Could you imagine a world in which you driving from a controller?
Uh, honestly, no. I mean, I think it's a bad idea if you're in the car. I think it's a bad idea if you're out of it. Like part of the, I guess, the deal that comes along with driving is that it's kind of supposed to be inconvenient and unwieldy. And I'm sure there's, even if we were in a car with a PS4, PS5 controller, it would be easier than the process now. But it's just, it would be too easy. And people people's attention spans aren't that great even now when they're driving, and you have to have essentially all four of your limbs engaged in some capacity. Your eyes are on the road. If
You
you
do not have to
started
have all
driving with
four
a
of your
PS,
limbs. Have you ever driven with me? I barely use one.
man, at least half your limbs. How about that?
Fair enough.
You, regardless, it's like you have to have some level of uh active involvement, and just can space out, but then you'll die essentially. So there's always got to be that element of fear and caution. And if you're, I'm kind of focusing on if you're in the car driving, but even outside of it, like it just becomes too impersonal. Like if you're driving a car, like a remote control car, it's like you're not going to have that same level of fear and caution that you would otherwise, and I think it would lead to a lot of unsafe behavior, like we kind of touched on. So I am not for this.
Got you, got you. And obviously, I don't think the specific purpose of this demo was to show that, hey, we are planning to set up so where you can drive from a controller. I think they just want to, do something kind of neat. Although the fact that Sony is missed collabing to make a car in the first place is interesting in itself. But I guess everybody wants to slice in the, pardon me, in the electric car EV department. So yeah, I'd be interested to see it. But yeah, I think most people ain't with the controller. I think again, I think most people would just like to have the car drive itself, which again, where people are miscomfortable about that. But yeah, not too much. I think it's still kind of dope and interesting. Maybe something you try out as like a demo. But if there's nothing else, we can move on to the next topic.